today's video, I'll teach you how to create this beautiful dolphin using plush yarn. It's a no sewing pattern, okay? And the materials that you need to create this cute dolphin is stitch markers, scissors, tapestry needle. These are the ones that I like, and I will leave a link for these products here in the description. Safety eyes, this one is 11.5 millimeter size, but you can use any size that you feel that fits well to the amigurumi. The yarn that I use to create this one is this yarn. It's not enough to make another one, but this is Baby Snuggle from Hobby. The yarn is 100% polyester, and although they recommend a 6 millimeter crochet hook size, I used a 5 millimeter crochet hook size for this amigurumi here. And let's see the size of it, this doll. I'll measure to this point here. It's 18 centimeters, 18 centimeters, this amigurumi. So the yarn that I will use now is this one from Aliexpress, which is one that I really like, and it's awesome for YouTube tutorials like this because it's way easier to see the stitches. Okay, so let's get it started. And this yarn here from Aliexpress, they recommend a crochet hook from 6 to 7 millimeter crochet hook size, but it's way thinner than the one from Hobby. Let me take it here for you to compare. You can see that the Aliexpress yarn is way thinner, so I would never create an amigurumi with a 6 millimeter crochet hook size using this yarn here. I already crocheted an amigurumi with a 4 millimeter crochet hook size using this yarn. 5 millimeters is also okay, but I like to keep my stitches tight, so I used a 4. Honestly, a 4.5 I think would be the best one, but I don't have this crochet hook size, so that's why I crochet with a 4 or 5 millimeter crochet hook size, okay? And I have them both here. The ones that I have are from Tulip, and these are the crochet hooks that I like the most, okay? So in order to make my stitches more visible during this tutorial, I decided to keep the 5 millimeter one, and that's it. Let's get it started. So we start our beautiful dolphin with a magic ring. And we make 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. So let's do it together. I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets inside the magic ring, and we pull the thread in order to close our magic ring. This is one of the things that I like the most about this Aliexpress yarn, is that it doesn't break that easily. You can see that I'm pulling the thread. Usually when we do this with plush yarns, it starts to break, but it rarely happens with this Aliexpress yarn. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this tutorial using this thread, okay? So this is our round number 1, and we have 6 single crochets in the magic ring. Round number 2, we make 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 3 times to have 9 single crochets in the end. So I already did the first single crochet, and as you know, if you're not new here in the channel, I always mark the first stitch of my round with the stitch marker. So I made 1, increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and we finish the round with 9 stitches. Round number 3, we make 9 single crochet, so we just have to repeat the sequence. I removed my stitch marker to make the first stitch of the round and mark it again. Always use stitch markers, guys, so you don't get lost while crocheting. So here we just repeat the sequence, making single crochets. So in the end, you have 9 single crochets, okay? So we finished round number 3 here. Round number 4, we make, let me make the first single crochet here so we don't get lost. But the sequence for this round is you have to make 2 single crochets and 1 increase 3 times. We already made the first one here to mark the first stitch of the round. So now we make the second single crochet and increase. Again, 1, 2 single crochets, increase, and for the last time, 1, 2 single crochets, and 1 increase. Good. Next round, round number 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, okay? Round number 5, we make 3 single crochets, 6 increases, and more 3 single crochets, okay? So that's the sequence. I'll do this with you. 1 single crochet, 2, 3 single crochets, and now we make 6 increases. So 1, so I made 1, 2, that's the second increase, 3, 4, 5, and now we make the 6th and last increase and finish the round with 3 single crochets. Oops. Good. So we finished round number 5 and we end up with 18 single crochets in this round, okay? Round number 6, we make 6 single crochets, 6 increases, 6 single crochets, and we end up with 24 stitches. So I'll make the first single crochet here and mark with the stitch marker. And now we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 increases. So 1, 2, 3, 6, and we continue with more 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochets. Good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, and in this last round we have 24 single crochets. On round 7, let me make the first stitch and mark. Great. Round number 7, we make 3 single crochets and 1 increase 6 times. So I made 1, 2, 3, increase, and you repeat the sequence 6 times to end up with 30 stitches. Okay, so let's continue. 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, 2, and the last one, 2, 3, increase. Excellent. So we finished our round number 7, and now we just repeat the sequence for a couple of rounds. So from round 8 to round 13, we just repeat the sequence of 30 single crochets in each round. Okay, so I'll keep crocheting and I will come back when I finish it. So I finished the rounds here, and let's count it together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds. Round number 14, we make 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. So I make my first single crochet here. Okay, so we make 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 1 decrease, and we repeat this sequence 6 times until we get to the end of the round, and we end up with 24 stitches. Okay, so I'll keep making the sequence here, 3 single crochets and 1 decrease, and I'll come back when I finish this round. Finished round 14. Now on round 15, we just repeat the sequence, making single crochets. So we make 24 single crochets in this round number 15. Okay, so I will continue here making the sequence again, and I'll come back in the end because this is just repetition. So I finished here round 15, and now on round 16 we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. Okay, so let's make it together. 1, 2, let me mark the first stitch, and 1 decrease. We repeat the sequence until the end of the round, and this will be the last round before we insert the safety eyes, okay? So I will keep making 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and I come back when I finish the round with 18 single crochets. So I finished here round 16 and I have 18 single crochets. Just so you know, I changed my mind. This safety eyes is 13 millimeter crochet hook size. It happens that the first dolphin that I did, while creating this pattern, I used a smaller one and I thought this one fit well for this amigurumi, but this one is turning a little bit bigger than I thought. So yeah, that's why I don't want to use this safety eyes anymore, and I decided to change to a bigger one. But this is something that you can decide on your own. You start making your amigurumi and you check it if you feel like you want a bigger safety eyes or a smaller one, okay? So you should insert between rounds 7 and 8. So let's check it. The stitch marker is here. So this part is on the bottom, okay? The stitch marker. And we place the eyes between round 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where I put the safety eye between round 7 and 8. Okay? So I will put this here to secure it. This is an accessory that I love, and I also bought it in Brazil. This was created from a Brazilian brand, which I really like. I can leave the link in the description below. This is very helpful to put the safety eye. It usually hurts my finger a little bit to press it, so this thing here is extremely useful. Can you hear the click? One of the best sounds ever. So it's safe. I love when I hear this click. And it's very simple. I'm not making any advertisement here. This is just something that I really like. The click. And that's it. Good. So now on round 17, we make 4 single crochets and 1 decrease 3 times to end up with 15 single crochets. So let me do the first stitch, and we make 2, 3, 4, and 1 decrease. We repeat the sequence 3 times and end this round with 15 single crochets, okay? So I'll continue making it and I will come back. I finished round 17 here, and round 18 we just repeat the sequence, making 15 single crochets, okay? So mark the first one as always. And I'll keep making single crochets in this round and I will come back. Okay, so before we continue decreasing to finish this part, let's start stuffing our amigurumi. Okay, so I stuffed the amigurumi. I don't recommend you stuff until the top of the crochet piece, so you don't grab stuffing while you crochet. I always leave it a little bit empty here in the border, okay? I have stuffing here, so now I recommend you stuff as you go, okay? So let's continue. Round 19, we make 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. So I'll make the first stitch, one, 2, 3, and decrease. You repeat the sequence until the end of the round and you end up with 12 single crochets, okay? I'll keep making it and I will come back. So I finished round 19, and now on round 20 we just repeat the sequence again, making 12 single crochets. So round 20, make 12 single crochets. Since this round is shorter, I will crochet it here with you, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, I opened the stitch marker, it helps, it happens a lot. 11 and 12. Okay, finished round 20. On round 21, we make, let me make the first stitch. So on round 21, we make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. 1, 2, and decrease, and we'll repeat the sequence until the end of the round to end up with 9 stitches, okay? So let's continue doing it together. The last one, it's very fast. Excellent, we have 9 single crochets in this round. As I said before, stuff as you go. Stuffing now, it's here. Yeah, it's here. So you can continue putting more stuffing inside your amigurumi as you go, in a way that it won't bother you when you crochet, when you continue crocheting. Always paying attention to not overstuff your amigurumi. This is something that we never want. Try to find a balance between an empty amigurumi and an overstuffed one, okay? Yeah, I'll continue stuffing later. So let's count the rounds just to make sure you're with me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Good. So round 21, we have 9 single crochets. Round 22, we just repeat the sequence again, making 9 single crochets. So, first stitch of the round, mark with the stitch marker, and let's make this round together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 single crochets. I'm laughing because I opened the stitch marker again. Excellent. I already removed the stitch marker. So round 23, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease 3 times to end up with 6 single crochets. So 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, and 1 decrease. Good. Round 24. On round 24, we repeat the sequence again, making 6 single crochets, okay? So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochets. You see that it's empty here? Yeah, because we should continue stuffing. Since this part now is very narrow and it's stuffed until this part, from this part on, it's empty. So, as you all know here, I'm a fan of using tweezers to stuff amigurumi in these smaller parts. I'll leave a link here in this video for another tutorial that I teach how to stuff correctly the amigurumi. This tutorial is super useful and I teach some special techniques, some important things that you have to pay attention when stuffing your amigurumis, and how to use the tweezers with some special techniques that I developed which is this one, to stuff your amigurumis in an easier way. Okay, now it's firm, not bloated, but it's firm. Excellent. So now on round 25, we have to make 6 increases, okay? So we have 6 rounds, 6 single crochets in this round, in round 24. And now round 25, we make 6 increases. Yeah, I paused here because I removed some stuffing. And I don't want this stuffing bothering me while I continue crocheting. So make the first increase. Mark the first stitch and continue making increases. Second increase, third increase, four, five, and 6. Good. So we finished this round with 12 single crochets, okay? We made 6 increases and we finish with 12 single crochets. So now on round 26, we make 12 increases again, okay? So we make 12 increases to end up with 24 single crochets. That's what I'll do. I'll make the first increase again, mark the first stitch, and I'll continue making my increases here in this round, and I will come back when I finish them. So I finished round 26 and I have 24 single crochets here. So now what we have to do is we make 12 single crochets. So I make my first one. Let me mark with the stitch marker. Okay, so I already made the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 single crochets, okay? So we have 24 stitches, okay? I made 12 single crochets, so I got to the half, the middle part of this tail, okay? Let's observe the position of the eyes. So this is how the amigurumi is. So what we have, let me see if it's easy for you to see that way. Okay, so we have the eyes here, the tail in this position. What we have to do now is you finish the 12 single crochets. I will remove the stitch marker here, which is the first stitch of the round, and I will place my crochet hook here, okay, in order to close this amigurumi part. Let me just pass the yarn to the other side. It's better if the yarn is on the right side, okay? So you pass the yarn through this, this first stitch, and you make 1 single crochet, okay? You see that you divided the tail in 2 parts. This is what you have to do. So now I'll make 1 single crochet here, and I'll mark just so you can see it better. I have a round here, and this one is still opened. Don't worry, we are going to work on this part further. So in this part, which would be our round 28, we make 1, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. 1, 2 single crochets, 1 decrease, and for the last time, 1, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. Okay, continue stuffing. As I said before, now stuff as you go. Round 29, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. So I'll make 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, repeat the sequence 3 times. And this is the last one, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Okay, and we finish this round with 6 single crochets. Okay, I already removed my stitch marker, but now on the last round, round 30, we make 6 single crochets. Again, I will mark it here. And let's make it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You remove the stitch marker. My recommendation is put a little bit of stuffing, a little bit more here in the tail. It's very narrow, so use the tweezers to help you. It's not enough for me. It's coming out this way. I stuffed too much. Okay. Good. So now you cut the yarn And let's finish it off with the inverted magic ring. So let me take a big tapestry needle. I think this is the biggest one from the set. There is a tutorial here in the channel where I teach how to make this inverted magic ring. And I'll leave the link in the description in case you have never done that before. Excellent. I want this to be that pointy. And the way that I fasten off, hide the remaining thread on my amigurumis is this one. I grab any loop next to where the yarn is, and I simply tie a knot. Oops, okay. You enter the tapestry needle in the amigurumi again, pull the thread, and the knot is hidden inside the amigurumi. You see that it barely happens with this yarn. Just when we are fastening off, you cut the remaining thread, and that's it. We are almost done with our dolphin. My goodness, this is super, super cute. But we have to do the second part of the tail here. And I said this pattern is a no sewing one. And this is true. We are not going to sew anything here. You insert the crochet hook here next to the first part of the tail that we did. You can take this stitch here. You make a slip knot, okay? So I insert this yarn like this, okay? How do I secure the yarn? I make a loop and a single crochet. And this is the first stitch of this round here. Okay? So which round is this one that we are going to work now? Actually, guys, this is again round 27. Because remember, in this part, round 27, we made 12 single crochets. And we finished the round grabbing the opposite side of the tail to finish like 12 single crochets. And now we have to work on the other half, the other 12 single crochets. So we made one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's count it together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but we want 12. So we put the crochet hook here in the first stitch like this, and we make one single crochet. Okay, so this is our 12th stitch of the round. I will take this remaining thread here from the slip knot and pass it like this, because I don't want it bothering me there. I'll just put it here. And you see that it's a bit opened here, but you can barely see it when you are amigurumi. Is like this. You have to force it in order to open. But I'm sorry. But in case you want to close it, I will use this remaining thread from the slip knot just to sew this middle part and close the tail. So any stuffing, to prevent stuffing to come out of it. Now we continue making the same sequence. Round 28, we make 9 single crochets by making 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. Oops. So 1, 2, one decrease, 1, 2, 1 decrease, 1, 2, and 1 decrease. Next round, round 29, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. One decrease, 1 and decrease, 1 and decrease. We have 6 single crochets. Remember to continue stuffing. Look how amazing our dolphin is. I am so proud of this. Let's continue stuffing. Guys, I hope the yarn will be enough to finish this amigurumi, because just now I realized that this yarn was maybe not enough. And I started to worry a little bit. Oh dear Lord. Okay. Excellent. So now we just repeat the sequence. We make 6 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, and 6. And we do the same procedure, okay? Cut the remaining thread, close it with the magic ring, close with the inverted magic ring, I'm sorry. And if you feel like it's necessary to put more stuffing here in the tail, that's the moment that you have to do it, okay? I will finish this tail and I will come back. So I finished the tail, okay? So we have both tails closed here with the inverted magic ring. And I still have the remaining thread that from the second tail here, and I told you that I was going to use this to close this middle part of the amigurumi. To be completely honest, guys, with this first one I didn't do this, and you can barely see stuffing here in the middle, but with this second one it's a bit more opened than I wanted to, so that's why I'm going to sew it. And it's not rocket science here, it's just like I'm passing the yarn through both sides very randomly, because you can barely see it. This kind of plushy yarns, they are not very good for sewing, but in this scenario here it's good because you cannot even see if the sewing is perfect or not. There are some techniques that I have for sewing. If you want, I can make a special video about it, but for sure I won't use plush yarn to teach it. It has to be cotton or more friendly yarn, but this is not something that I like doing, really honest with you. Okay, and you fasten off. Oh, this is not enough. Yeah, it broke. just because I said this doesn't happen with this yarn. Yeah, but at least for me, the good news is that it doesn't happen like while you crochet. It happened like when we are, let me take another crochet hook just to pull it. It happened while we were sewing, which is super, super common. I just don't like when the yarn starts splitting when I am crocheting. This is something that really, really bothers me. And real life examples happening here. Excellent. Okay, so this body is finished. I know we still have the fins. And look at the amount of yarn that I have. I really hope it's enough. And as I promised you, this is a no sewing pattern. So let's make the fins without any sewing. Good, so now let's count it in our dolphin here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I will do this just to mark between rounds 10 and 11. You see? It's exactly in the middle of the amigurumi because I have both eyes here in the sides. And this is a good parameter. I prefer to start here. Okay, so I made the first fin here, just so you could see. The pattern is exactly the same for the 3 fins, okay? We just place them in different positions, of course. So let's make another one together and I'll place it with you. So, for the fin, we make a magic ring and we put 4 single crochets inside the magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry for that noise. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochets inside the magic ring. We pull the thread, and now on round number 2 we make 1 single crochet and 1 increase twice to end up with 6 single crochets. Okay, so I have 4 in the magic ring here, and now we make 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, and 1 increase again. Since it's too small, I'm not placing stitch markers, but you have to pay attention very carefully to not lose count on your stitches, okay? So we made round 1 with 4 single crochets in the magic ring, round number 2 with 6 single crochets, number 3 we make 2 single crochets and 1 increase twice. So I'll mark with the stitch marker. I made the first one here. 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, and increase. Okay, so now we have 8 single crochets here in this round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochets. Round number 4, which is the last one, we have 1, 2, 3 rounds here. We make 3 single crochets and 1 increase to end up with 10 stitches, okay? So I'll mark the first one. You make 3 single crochets and 1 increase twice to end up with 10 stitches. I'll keep doing it and I will come back when I finish. Okay, so I finished the fin. You see that we have this small triangle here. You can remove the stitch marker, and what we have to do now is we will close this triangle with single crochets, but as I said, we are not going to sew it. It will be crocheted in the amigurumi. So let me take some pins here just to show you. I have my box of pins here. These ones are too big. I want some smaller ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the round that I want to insert. You see that it's aligned here with the other fin. Yeah, this is the place that I want. Okay. So what I will do, I want it placed in this direction here, okay? So what I will do is I pass my crochet hook through both sides of the fin like this, insert the crochet hook here like this, and pass the yarn through all the stitches and make one single crochet. Pass the yarn through both loops like this, insert in the amigurumi, and you yarn over or yarn under and pass it through all the loops, make a single crochet. Pass through one loop, the other single crochet, not a loop, it's a single crochet. In the other side, you take one stitch here between rounds, pass the yarn through everything, and make a single crochet. Let's do it one more time. Let me remove the pin. And that's it. It's well secured now in the amigurumi, as you can see. But Bianca, it's not straight. I want it like this. And it's bending to the side. Well, first things first, now it's safe. You can give it to a child, and if a child starts pulling the amigurumi, well, it won't break, simply because you crocheted the fin to the amigurumi. So this is very safe for children too. Although if we do nothing, it will be bended like this, which is something that we don't want. So my recommendation for you is you don't have to leave like a very long piece of thread. You just leave a medium size yarn like this. And instead of just fastening off, okay. You just bring this part here closer to the amigurumi like this, okay? This way it's very, very safe. And you don't have to stuff this fin. You just bend it and that's enough. You see? It's perfect now. Oops. Yeah, hope you can see it. And I use the same technique to fasten it off. You can leave the thread at any point in your amigurumi. starts to break. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, we all hate when it happens, right? And that's one of the main reasons why I like to do it like this, to avoid sewing, because the yarn starts breaking and it's something that we don't want. In the video that I made with 5 tips for plushy amigurumis, I even say that one of the tips is to avoid sewing. So that's why whenever I can, I make amigurumis like this. So instead of sewing everything, I mean, the fin is already secured in the amigurumi, I just made this small sewing part here, so the fin was not bended, but it's well secured with crocheting and not with sewing, because the yarn starts breaking and I hate this. I really do. So yeah, that's it. That's how I secured this fin here and this one in the top. I'll just make another one and make the same procedure here in this side. So I just made another fin, and I want to position it with you just to make sure you understood how to do it correctly. So I just observe the round, okay, but I have to do it. And if you check this one here, it's 2 rounds behind the eyes here, after the eyes, okay, and this upper part of the fin is one round. It's not a round, but you get it, like 1 round of stitches below the line of the eyes. It's this place here because I've already made all the measures and I use the pins to make sure it's in the correct position. Okay, so let's do it together. The pin is here just to remind me which is the first stitch that I have to insert the crochet hook. I finish the fin, insert the crochet hook in the following stitch, pass it through the fin to the other side, and now you also pass the crochet hook like this in the amigurumi. You pass the yarn through all the loops like this and make a single crochet. First loop, first stitch, my goodness, I'm always saying loop. First stitch, second stitch, pass it in the amigurumi. And oops, you bring the yarn through all the stitches. Do the same here, first stitch, second stitch, grab the amigurumi, pass the yarn through all the stitches. Okay, and that's it. Now what you have to do, because it's facing down here and we don't want the fin like this, we want it just like this one, you cut the remaining thread and pass the remaining thread through these stitches here in the amigurumi to finish it. And that's it, we finally finished our cute dolphin. Look how amazing it is. I'm in love with this pattern. It's very simple to be done, safe for children also, almost no sewing. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I can't wait to see all of your creations based on this pattern here.